Hey guys, so with Beta FPV recently releasing their HX100 SE 1S toothpick style quad, and Kebab FPV talking about his 1S builds and whatnot, I thought I might want to do a 1S build myself. So I've got this gnarly FPV Primo that I built, which I normally run on 2S, and I was actually running it on 3S here, which it's no good on 3S, it's too much for it. But I think I can get this down to the weight at least of the HX100 SE and have a better quad to boot. So let's take a look and see what this weighs to begin with, and then I'll tell you what I'm going to put in it. So right now it weighs right about 32 grams. So what I want to do is I want to remove this battery holder, it's probably a couple of grams, and use a rubber band. I'm going to take this flight controller out. This is a Crazy Bee board, and it only does 2 and 3S, or maybe 2 to 4S, I don't know. And I'm going to put in this Beta FPV board. It's the same one that they use in the HX100. I'm going to switch out the PH2 connector for a BT 2.0 connector. And then this flight controller I bought it without a receiver, because I know that in my experience, these built-in receivers, they all kind of suck, and they're all kind of the limiting factor in distance. So I am going to put this RXSR in. It weighs, a gram and a half, so that is going to add a little bit of weight, but I think it'll be just fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get this apart. We'll change out some of this tape, maybe shorten up some wires, and just try and get it as light as possible. So I got the BT 2.0 connector put on here, and now I'm going to solder up the VTX and the RX. I'm not going to show that because it's just soldering. There's nothing really interesting in that. And then we'll get it mounted up, and I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, that's the all-in-one camera VTX and the receiver RXSR soldered up. I will say that these receiver pads, if you get one of these with the no receiver, these receiver pads are very small. They're the same size as if you were soldering motors onto these motor pads. So it's pretty tricky to get to, so just be aware of that. Alright, I'm going to get this mounted up in the frame, and then we'll be about ready to take a flight. Alright, it's been a few days and a couple of other small projects since I worked on this, so I'm not exactly sure where I left off. I went ahead and taped some things up, got the motors mounted. I did have one motor that was bad, so I had to replace it. Got the props on, got the receiver in. The receiver is just kind of stuck in there for now. I really didn't have much of an option with that because there's not a lot of room on this frame for a full-size receiver. So let's see how we came in on weight. Alright, the weight with the props is 29.6 grams. So the HX115 SE is stated to be 28 grams, so I came in a little bit heavier, but I have a better camera, a better receiver, a better canopy. Basically, it's a better quad. So I think the extra gram and a half is definitely worth it. So I'm going to be running this on a Race Day Quads 525. I don't have anything lighter at the moment. I think I might have a 450, so if it doesn't fly well, I might try it on the 450. So let's go ahead and get some flight footage to see how this thing flies. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the Ultralight 1S toothpick build. As you can see from the video here, it flies pretty okay. Flight times are good. It's fairly nimble. Power is low. I'm running this 525 milliamp hour battery. If I was running a smaller battery, it would probably be a lot better. It's too big of a battery, but it's what I have in 1S. So I got it to be about the same weight as the Beta FPV 1S toothpick. It's got a better camera, although I'm kind of surprised about how dim this camera is in cloudy weather. It's been a while since I've flown one of these all-in-ones, and it's not great. I probably won't be using them much anymore in the future. But other than that, it was a fun little experiment. I think that the board in this is going to end up going into the, what is it called, the baby tooth, I think. I got one of those coming from FPV Cycle, and I'm looking forward to doing one of those. I'm waiting for the new motors to come out as well. I think they're coming out on the 27th, so that'll be fun. So anyway, like I said, a fun little experiment. Nothing really to say about it. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you next time.